When does friendly behavior cross the line into betrayal? Imagine your boyfriend of 5 years spending late nights alone with a female coworker teaching her how to drive at 11 p.m. Is it innocent, or is it the beginning of something more dangerous? What do you do when your gut whispers caution, but your heart pleads for trust? This is the story of a woman torn between loyalty, suspicion, and the unsettling feeling that the person she trusts most may be stepping outside the lines of commitment. For 5 years, their love story felt steady and checkable. Even she admired her boyfriend's calm maturity, his honesty, and the way he never gave her a reason to doubt him. At 32, he carried himself like a man who knew what he wanted, and she believed she was part of that plan. But one small detail shifted everything. It started casually. "I'm teaching my coworker how to drive," he told her one evening. The words felt ordinary enough except for the timing. These so-called lessons weren't happening on weekends or during the day. No, they began late, around 11 p.m., with just the two of them alone in the car. At first, she brushed it aside. He wasn't secretive. In fact, he volunteered the information freely. "If anything was going on, I wouldn't hide it," he reassured her. And because their relationship had always been built on trust, she told herself not to overthink. But over time, the late-night pattern gnawed at her. Why only at 11 p.m.? Why not earlier, in the daylight? Why did he never ask if she was comfortable with this, but instead presented it as a decision already made? Her unease deepened when she stumbled upon a message from this coworker. It wasn't just about driving, it was casual, almost playful. "Buy me ice cream and let's take a walk during our break," the coworker had written. Her stomach dropped. Ice cream? Walks during breaks? That wasn't driving. That wasn't work. That sounded like something else, entirely something too intimate to brush off. She tried to silence the doubt, telling herself she was being paranoid. But late-night images kept replaying in her mind. The two of them in a quiet car. Streetlights glowing faintly. Windows rolled down. Laughter slipping into the night. And then, a darker thought surfaced, the kind of thought you don't want to believe but can't ignore. What if the driving lessons were just a cover? What if the car was more than a classroom? Her friends didn't make it easier. Over coffee and late-night calls, they urged her to open her eyes. Lessons at 11 p.m. That's not normal. Driving can be taught in daylight. Why does it have to be secretive? She's asking for ice cream. Babe, that's not professional. Each word echoed in her mind, fueling the unease already simmering inside her. One night, she finally confronted him. Her voice shook, but her heart was firm. "Why does it have to be so late? Why didn't you ask me if I was okay with this? And why is she asking you for ice cream like you're on a date?" His answer came calm, almost too calm. "You're overthinking, it's just driving. If I wanted her, I wouldn't be hiding anything. I'm here with you, aren't I?" On the surface, his words made sense, but the calmness felt rehearsed as if he had anticipated the confrontation. And instead of relief, she felt more conflicted than ever. The nights continued. The car rides, the ice cream messages, the gnawing silence between her instincts and his reassurances. She started questioning herself. Am I being insecure? Or is this exactly how betrayal begins, quietly, disguised as something ordinary? Because that's the terrifying thing about infidelity, it doesn't always crash in loudly. Sometimes, it seeps in quietly, hidden in late-night drives, inside jokes, and innocent friendship. And deep down she knew, if she ignored her instincts now, she might wake up one day to find she had ignored the warning signs all along. The community was split fiercely. Some saw the late-night lessons and ice cream texts as clear red flags. They argued that boundaries had already been crossed. Teaching a coworker to drive at 11 p.m. without consulting a partner shows a lack of respect, even if nothing physical had happened yet. Others took a softer stance. They said, suspicion without proof can poison a relationship. Instead of assuming betrayal, they encouraged open communication, asking hard questions, and even setting relationship boundaries, because what feels disrespectful to one partner might seem harmless to another. But nearly everyone agreed on one thing: trust thrives on transparency. If transparency is missing, doubt will always grow in its place. What about you? Where do you draw the line? At what point does friendliness start to feel like betrayal? Would you tolerate late-night driving lessons with a coworker? Or would your instincts tell you something's wrong? Share your experiences in the comments. Your voice might help someone else who's wrestling with the same uncertainty. And if this story made you pause, reflect, or rethink trust in relationships, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Real stories, real emotions, because love isn't always simple, and trust isn't always easy. Asterisk.